What UVA basketball fans need to know about Notre Dame. Chris Graham here, Augusta Free Press. So Notre Dame is the next opponent for UVA basketball, 6:30 p.m. Saturday night on ESPN2. And the Irish are the definition of streaky this year. Started 4-0, lost their next five, won three in a row, then lost four in a row. Coming off now a midweek bye. ACC schools each get a midweek bye once a season. Their last one was a loss at Syracuse, 77-69 final last Saturday. Second year coach Micah Shrewsberry was 13-20 in his first season at Notre Dame. After a couple of years and one of them decent at Penn State, he was a hot hire a couple of years ago. Took over for Mike Brey, who kind of flamed out at the end. Only one Notre Dame team in the NCAA tournament in his last 5 years, last five non-COVID years, that is, after going to back-to-back Elite Eights in the mid-2010s. Shrewsberry has back from his first team from last year, 6'0 sophomore Markus Burton. I'm kind of surprised he came back. He looks like to me an NBA guy, and he looked like that last year as a freshman. This year, averaging 19.8 points a game, shoots it a lot. High volume guy, 45.1% from the field, 36.7% from three. Those are good numbers, but not great numbers. And last year against Virginia, averaged 16 points and 6 assists in the two games, which Virginia and Notre Dame split. You'll also remember Braden Shrewsberry, the son of the coach. He's averaging 14.8 points a game this year, 43.6% from the field, 37% from three. There was another guy on the team last year that you probably won't remember. He only had a couple points in each of the two games that Virginia and Notre Dame played. Tay Davis, a 6'9 junior. He's having a coming out party all year. 16.4 points a game, up from 9.2 last year. He's shooting a lot more, 11.1 field goal attempts per game versus 6.7 a game last year. He's a better finisher, 50.3% from the field this year. He's improved from the three-point line. So, guy who's really stepped up. One of those developmental guys, and he's been at Notre Dame for 3 years. The other top contributor is for this team this year is Princeton transfer Matt Loco, a 6'4 senior, 10.2 points a game, 4.4 rebounds a game. I like his shooting numbers, 46.9% from the field, 47.1% from three. That's an Isaac McNeely type guy. How these two teams will match up. So Tay Davis and 6'10 junior Kevin Nije, who averages 6.7 points and 6.1 rebounds a game, they give the Irish size in the post. Now, Shrewsberry will go roughly 10 minutes a game with a four-guard lineup, with his fourth guard being either the 6'7 junior J.R., and I'm going to mess this last name pronunciation up, Konieczny. Okay, we'll just go with that. 35.5% from three at 6'7", and then Sir Muhammad, a 6'6 freshman who doesn't have good shooting numbers. They're the stretch fours in his four-guard lineup. Shrewsberry will usually move Davis over to the five spot with that lineup. That's a pretty athletic lineup. I can see Ron Sanchez probably going with his two bigs lineup, even against the four-guard lineup, just because of the versatility of Elijah Saunders and Jacob Kofi. I would think that at least one of those guys will be on the floor. They'd have to be. You wouldn't go. Let's just say you wouldn't go double Blake Buchanan and Anthony Robinson against the four-guard lineup. Let's just put it that way. My concern would be who guards Markus Burton. It's probably going to be Day Ames. I mean, Day Ames has been back in the starting lineup after the long stretch of games where he was in the doghouse. Ames isn't putting up a lot of points or anything else since his return to the starting lineup, and I don't know that I see him as anything resembling a lockdown defender, but his speed and quickness, lateral quickness, should be enough to keep him somewhat in front of Burton, and that's all you really need to do there. It's all we can really hope for. He's certainly a better option at that than Andrew Rohde at 6'6", or Isaac McNeely at 6'4". They might get switched on to him, from time to time, but Ames will at least give Sanchez an option to try to keep Burton somewhat in check. Final bit of this quick video, we'll do the forecast. I look each week, Ken Palm, Bart Torvik, Evan Maya, Haslam Metrics, and ESPN's BPI. Four of those five have Notre Dame winning this game. Bart Torvik has Virginia 62-61. Everybody's got this game. All the algorithms, I should say, have this game within a point, either direction. So expected to be close. Now, that's a point in the direction of Notre Dame for the most part on the road. So that's significant as well. We will have coverage from JPJ, live coverage, the live coverage blog. I'll have that up around 6-ish, 6:10-ish before the 6:30-ish tip. We'll have that during the game, and then tomorrow night after we'll have the post-game wrap. So please look forward to that on AugustaFreePress.com.